Welcome to Mesechik Field for tonight's Onondaga High School League Game of the Week. Tonight on the Cortland Video Club Network, Christian Brothers Academy comes to town to face the hometown favorite Cortland High School Purple Tigers. Hello sports fans, this is Dan Padavana, back off the injured reserve list after a demanding basketball season, along with former Purple Tigers standout and now Alfred Saxon, Jay Ritzavich. How you doing, Jay?
Fine. Good to be here tonight, Dan.
Yeah, this is, by the way, a historical monument. Write it down on your calendars and all that kind of great stuff. It's Send It to Ripley's. This is the first lacrosse game that CBC will have ever televised. This is going to be something else, and we hope to bring you in a couple nights the big meeting as Janesville DeWitt, perennial state power, comes to town. But right now it's Christian Brothers Academy, and by the way, there were some problems leading up to this game. Apparently the bus broke down on the way up.
I think that was the problem. We had anticipated a couple problems maybe with the sun. However, that has gone down since. Yes. CBA has made their way here, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit off schedule, about an hour off schedule at least. But nevertheless, they are coming to midfield right now. We are just about to get underway. Cortland Tigers facing off against CBA. For Cortland, this is not one of their fortes on the air. They've won only 43% of the face-offs thus far. Loose ball still hasn't been controlled yet. Finally picked up on defense. Number 31, Pat Dalton, gives it off to Chris Burdick, who quickly comes out, moving it up the field. Burdick to Morris, hit from behind. Gets it off. Purple Tigers Claire coming across. Unsettled situation. Looked like Ryan giving off now to Gamble.
A quick clear for CHS. They really didn't set anything up, but they did it quite effectively.
Gamble with an open shot, save.
Nice left-handed shot there by Paul.
And picked up. Now they will, on the other hand, let's see if CBA can clear. Cortland not putting on much pressure right now. The goalie controlling. Mike Adernato in goal. By the way, on the opposite end, we might say Chris Burdick leading the league in saves coming into tonight's ball game. Off now, they make the clear. Unsettled situation. Up in front, knocked away. Good defensive play. Number 44, Mo, had a clear shot, but three defenders for Cortland quickly converging, denying him. And Cortland will now attempt to clear. Chris Burdick in goal. Pass upfield, nice one to Paul Ryan. Quickly coming across field, nice lead pass, out in front, oh! Number 5, Mark Saracine.
They're going to call Saracine for stepping in the crease there.
Mark tried to shoot at the same time he caught it, very effective. If it is converted, unfortunately, not this time, and he did go into the crease. Oh, bad pass. And Cortland with another unsettled situation now coming quickly. Saracine again slows it up. And Cortland will set up on offense.
Dan, you mentioned before Burdick leading the league in saves. On the other end of the field, we have Adernato, who is second in the league. And if you want to combine him with the backup goalie, who's also got a significant number of saves, they're leading the league.
Adernato made a good play to scoop up the ground ball and was out in front. Some good defense out front for CBA. Cortland not able to get off a shot on that trip downfield, and CBA will once again try to clear. Early on, we played 2.5 minutes of the first quarter at Mesechik Field. No score. Adernato, long ball downfield, intercepted by the goalie. Chris Burdick, who is in trouble. Better pass it off. Does. Across field over Ryan's head. A little bit desperate. Number 44, Mo, was all over him. And should Burdick have gotten the ball knocked out away from his stick, probably would have set up a CBA goal.
Yeah, he was way out there. Yeah, we play 10-minute quarters in high school lacrosse. This is the first quarter, a little less than 3 minutes into the ball game.
This is Socio coming across quickly and is tripped up.
No flags on the play.
No. Good hit. More good defense. Ground ball situation. Still loose. And oh, another good hit. Look like, is that Jeff Guido?
I think it may have been Guido or Dalton.
Nope, Pat Dalton.
CHS being quite physical in the early going, Dan.
Yeah, they seem to be asserting themselves a lot more. And CBA, they might be a little bit bigger.
They're putting the shoulder down a bit.
Cortland has been known for physical play and has won them a lot of ball games. That's how they upset Fulton earlier this season.
Right.
Drop pass, gets it back off to Burdick. And now a good lead pass in the middle of the field. Joe Galuzza with a long stick. Picked up Brad Morris. Unsolved situation. He shoots it, saved. Another loose ball coming up with it. Knocked away. Paul Gamble creates another loose ball. CBA having a heck of a time trying to pick up the ball. Knocked out of bounds by Gamble.
They're going to call it Cortland ball. I think it went off a CBA stick as Gamble.
Yeah, Gamble plowed him out.
Plowed him through.
So once again, the rough physical play is really paying off early on for the Purple Tigers.
That's Saracen with the ball, the younger brother of Saracen playing for the Cortland State Dragons.
Oh, from way outside, a goal. Brad Morris. From way up top, put it by Adernano, and 3 minutes and 55 seconds into the ball game, the Purple Tigers draw first blood.
Morris all the way out just inside the restraining line. Nice shot. Bounce shot, blew it right by goalie Adernano.
Yeah, that was a cannon of a shot. Adernano didn't seem to be ready for it. I'm not sure if he expected Brad to pump from that far out. And once again, we'll go to the face-off. I believe that's Paul Ryan facing off for the Purple Tigers. Once again, as we said, Cortland has not done too well this season on the face-offs. That could be one of the things that they'll hope to improve. CBA coming up, and this is what we mean. Face-offs are important. They quickly move into Cortland zone, but once again, the physical play gets the ball back. Brad Morris rolling off a hit. Comes away with the ball. Good stick control by him. Burdick overthrew him. Loose ball on the other end of the field. Adernado coming out of the goal to pick it up. Across field, dangerous pass. Trying to clear. Throws it away. Pat Dalton coming across midfield with a long stick. Gets it off to Saracen. Now Mark trying to move in. Makes one good dodge. Gets a shot off. Saving is Kashani behind the goal. Kashani now moving around the crease. He gets it off and a great shot. And a
quick
goal.
2 goals for the Tigers of Cortland High School.
Yeah, 42 seconds later. And another goal for the Cortland High Purple Tigers.
Coming into the game, the Christian Brothers Academy had a 1-5 league record, 2-10 on the season. While CHS was one better in both those categories, 2-4 in the league and 4-9 on the season. They're 2 better, I guess, on the season record.
This is a big game for Cortland High. Pretty much, they're all must-wins from now on if they hope to get back into the league chase. And the biggie, once again, coming up against JD. Paul Ryan looks like he's going to win this one. Now it's still loose. And picked up. Looks like Dave Robbins trying to come away with it. Knocked away again. Still loose.
Whistle blows. I think they're calling a loose ball push on CHS. The 3 long sticks come out.
Here comes CBA, number 19, moving in quickly. Denied. Loose ball again, and coming away with it, Dalton, who is playing a magnificent game early on.
Pat's got himself 3 or 4 ground balls thus far.
That was Lou Socia trying to make the move towards the goal.
Socia appears to have a good set of wheels on him, moving across the midfield line a couple times with the ball.
Yeah, I've noticed that. He's been getting across quickly, but he really hasn't been able to pass off to anyone. It looks like he's playing the one-man team on offense so far.
That seems to be the case.
Marty Coyne is a leading scorer, but we don't have him on our roster thus far. I believe he might be out there, though. I'm not sure. Kashani now passing off. Knocked down by a CBA player in front. But Cortland coming away with it again. Paul Ryan. Now Dave Robbins picking it up. Robbins will bring it back out and settle it down.
Looks like they're going to go with a 1-4-1. Maybe isolation with Robbins. He passes off.
As Gamble now behind the goal again. Knocked away. Still loose ball. A lot of hard hitting down on the crease. And I guess another CHS player in the crease.
And he got there the hard way, too.
Yeah, I guess so. Some tough hitting going on down there. And CBA will attempt to clear. Coming into the game, CBA with only 17 goals.
There's Socio again trying to clear the ball himself, unsuccessfully.
Coming away with it now, Cortland High. Paul Ryan trying to pick it up. Should bring it out and settle it again. Now is Paul Gamble. Over to Robbins. Robbins winds up, he shoots, it's saved. Nice save by Adornato. Robbins coming right back after him, though. CBA player, it looks like Mo, I believe. No, Tom... What, Dady? Looks like Tom Dady who came down. Managed to get through the Cortland defense. But another turnover. It'll be Cortland High clearing again. 2-0, first quarter of play, 3:33 remaining. Misichik Field on a late start. Once again, CBA getting here a little bit late. Their bus broke down. I'm not sure if that's affecting them psychologically or even physically at this point.
Well, I think they had an abbreviated warm-up session. And
Bruce Spiegel coming across quickly, by the way. After losing the ball, picked it up and quickly outrunning everybody. Settle it down for Cortland High. Spiegel looks trying to take it in by himself.
Flags are down.
Yeah, that's going to be a penalty on CBA.
We'll be looking at our first penalty situation of the evening. CHS will be man up for 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah, I think they called 30-second technical. I'm not sure.
We're waiting on that.
Two different calls in the face-off, I think.
Now it
we're
seems
gonna have to wait on this decision.
that the officials are contradicting one another. A lot of confusion here tonight.
I guess so. They apparently know about as much as we do at this point. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, we're going to see, and once we get this straightened up, we'll get right back to the game. I feel like we've had enough trouble trying to get this game going in the first place. So
I started to say earlier, maybe that worked to Cortland's advantage, the fact that CBA arrived here a little late and wasn't able to warm up as much as they may have liked to.
I think it can make both teams a little bit lax, though. I mean, after getting so pumped up and then having to sit around for an hour doing mostly nothing, and
Cortland out to a 2-0 lead.
kind of hard to keep yourself psyched. Well, apparently they've got things straightened out.
Penalties on both teams. Cortland gets the ball.
Okay, our athletic director up here, Mason Marinas, well, he called it for us. We didn't figure it out. Penalties were on both teams. Shot by Gamble, blocked by Adornato in the goal, who picks it up. CBA will attempt to clear again.
That's Socio.
Coming across, almost knocked out of bounds by Ryan. Stays on his feet, once again using good wheels. Now passes it off to Mike Moran. CBA is yet to get off a point-blank shot on Burdick. They really haven't tested the goalie yet. Paul Demora now. In back, has it checked away.
Two defensemen on him there. Saracen eventually flipped the ball out of bounds.
We offside?
Offsides on Cortland is the call.
Yeah, Saracen, attackman. I was just wondering. I didn't think he was a midfielder. I saw him
Behind the cage, no
throwing
less.
the ball around, and so it will be CBA ball then. Looking for their first point of the evening. They trail 2-0. 2 minutes, 24 seconds remaining, first quarter. Okay, now in back.
CHS man down, playing a 2-3 zone.
Now it's Moran. Ran across the field. Lost by Sosha and gets it off again. Shot from the outside.
Nice
save.
save.
Yes. Chris Burdick. Impressive on that block. Still loose ball. And Cortland's going to come away with it.
Interesting to see CHS on their man down, only having 3 long sticks out there. Out front, they had 2 midfield sticks.
Spiegel's bounce pass across midfield. Intercepted. Coming back quickly now, CBA, but it's going to go out of bounds.
They've got that grass mowed right down. That ball didn't have a chance of stopping.
Tony Silvaggio was heading towards the goal, but once again, the Cortland defense altering the path. The defense is, and their strong hitting so far, their aggressiveness, I believe, has been the difference. CBA really doesn't seem to be into it. They really don't seem to be in the flow quite yet. That may come with time, however. 2-0 at this point.
Well, now we see 4 of the 5 personnel out there for Cortland having long sticks. The only exception, Riccatelli.
Okay, way out in front now. Looks like Moran now passing off. Now outside again to Burns. Shot from the out. No, that wasn't a shot. That was a pass. Oh, jeez. And now from the outside, another good save. Off the bounce shot. Still loose.
Hits the pipe. Bottom
Boy, that
corner
was
of the left-hand pipe.
Almost a garbage shot there. Almost went in. Now coming down in another unsettled situation.
Corner
Looks
with a
like
long pass clear.
I believe that's Kashani. Hit from behind, however, knocked away. Loose ball and a whistle. And it's going to be CBA ball. Push from behind.
Clock's on the field. We're under the 1 minute mark. 54 seconds remain in this first quarter of play. Cortland up 2-0. Well, Dan, and first quarter hasn't even expired, and the lights have taken full effect.
I know. I didn't think we'd be seeing the lights till the fourth quarter.
At least.
But unfortunately, as we said, a late start tonight. There's going to be a lot of kids in Syracuse who won't be getting back till Syracuse till probably close to midnight tonight. And of course, tomorrow is a school day for these guys. So that's got to be on their minds, I'm sure. Here comes Jim Burns. Controlling now. But
Nice
knocked
defensive
away in front. One-on-one, Jeff Gallo. Slapping the ball away. Now long pass downfield. No one will pick it up, and it'll go to the goalie, Adornato. Kashani trying to get to him a little bit late. And now here comes back across midfield. Tom Dady controlling just as the period comes to an end. And after 1, it's the Coral and I Purple Tigers 2, CBA Christian Brothers Academy 0. So far, CBA, they seem to be adjusting a little bit better now. I think they're really rusty at the beginning. They're playing much better ball. I think Cortland jumped on them at their weakest point. Cortland got those 2 goals within a minute of each other.
Cortland's been lucky the last few minutes. They were man down. We saw the shot off the pipe. They had a couple other opportunities, CBA that is, and Cortland shut them down.
Well, once again, as we said, outlined earlier, Burdick was coming into the game leading the league in saves, and so far he hasn't gotten tested to a major extent. But nearing the end of the period, he did get a couple point-blank shots, and he performed quite well on them.
Yes, he did. I'd also like to comment on that play made by Guido, the senior defenseman, number 33, towards the end of the quarter. There's about 13 seconds ago. He made a nice defensive play out front to strip the ball, and then he just kind of cheaped it down the other zone. He knew how much time was left on the clock, and he got it out of there.
Well, he did it one-on-one, and that's the most impressive part of the whole thing. And it'll be face-off. Paul Ryan, once again, facing off for the Cortland High Purple Tigers. Referee sets it, and we are underway. It'll be picked up. No, Dave Robbins hit. And here comes CBA. These guys got a chance here, but Cortland getting back quick. Mo almost got a shot off. Now it's Moran. Moran being pressured. Actually, that's Burns. Now up front, knocked away again.
Another one.
CBA is doing their best, but Burdick keeps knocking away. If it's not Burdick, it's the Cortland defense. Slapped away. It looked like went out of bounds, and yes, they call it. Pat Dalton is playing an absolutely fantastic first half. He's been all over the ball, and that time slapping the stick of one of the offensive players, knocking it out of bounds, and the turnover.
Burdick can not only save the ball, he just had a on-target pass there. Probably 40 or 50 yards, and that's an important feature for a goalie to have.
Yeah, he's been very versatile as far as winging the ball downfield. I know he has played other positions, and I'm sure that is a major part of it. And now here's a chance. Number 6, Sean Murphy with the shot. A little bit to Burdick's right. Just barely missing the goal.
And here come the long sticks for the Purple Tigers.
Trying to bring it around, Paul Demora. However, Cortland converging quickly. Dalton slapping the stick of one of the offensive players again, keeping the ball loose, and now that looks like Patriarco. Oh, hit from behind, Jeff Guido, I believe. He was decked from
getting
behind.
up slowly. Trainer Tony Mantella out there quickly.
Illegal check, and he looks pretty upset about that hit. Timeout will be called. That's not a good hit.
That's what's known as a buddy pass.
I don't think so. They call loose ball push. But
Well,
that's a
got nailed from behind just as he was about to catch the ball.
Not a bad crowd on hand here at Masijic Field. You gotta admire these people for staying the extra hour.
No, it's not that bad, especially considering, yes, they had to stay the extra hour. So the Cortland High faithful is just that.
Temperature's dropping out there a little bit too.
Yes, I think it's dropped about 30 degrees in the last hour, I believe. Once again, amazingly, yes, we are in the lights have taken full effect of this game, and we are in the second quarter, barely in the second quarter. It's going to be a late night for both of these teams.
And ninth-year coach Don King breaks the huddle.
Jeff now walking off on the sidelines. He looks like he's okay. It'll be Cortland ball, trying to clear. CBA, in probably the last 4 minutes dating back to the first quarter, has been getting some good shots, but Burdick is starting to assert himself in goal. Once again, he has shown great versatility in passing downfield. Let's see if he can show it again. Finds an open player, Joe Galuzza with a long stick. He might take it. No, he doesn't. Passing off to Kashani. Kashani keeping it. Shoots, saved. Point blank. Adornato almost went into the goal. One of his own players almost knocking in.
Nice steal there. And a nice pass inside.
Saracen lost it. Oh, it rolls into the goal. Oh my, what a break for Cortland. That's one that can really turn everything around. Oh my.
I think that goal is going to be credited to number 22, Paul Gamble.
I'm not sure. Saracen would probably get deserves the credit for. I'm not sure if either of them deserve the credit. It looked like it deflected off.
Deserves
Paul.
a poor choice of words,
Yeah,
I think,
it
Dan.
went in.
But we'll take them any way we can get them, right?
Yes. Cortland High now up 3-0, and that's got to deflate CBA. I think everything's gone wrong for CBA today. This is a bad day for the Christian brothers. The bus breaks down, they get here, and balls are bouncing in from all ends of the field.
Would you guys credit that to the game?
I would have to say, who would get that, Gamble or Saracen?
It may even go to the
in
in-home. It may go to the in-home.
Boy, if we only did have instant replay at this point. Tell our mentor down there, Forshey, get him on the ball. Let him set up the replay deck.
I think in the case if the ball does go off opponent's stick, it goes to the in-home, which usually is the first attackman in the book, in the scorebook down on the scorer's table next to the field.
That's a weird way to do it. The guy could be injured and he could be leading the team. He could be out for the season.
Speaking of injuries, we have 3 Cortland High players out.
Yeah.
Scott Morris, brother of Brad Morris, who scored a goal. Cipriano, an attackman, is hurt, and Steve Sebring, a junior midfielder, is also hurt.
Paul Ryan quickly giving off to Saracen. Pass knocked down. Saracen trying to come back up with it. Still loose. And looks like we might hold. It'll be Cortland ball. Hold on CBA, the long sticks will come out again.
Robbins checks in for the Tigers.
Tim Phelps and Mike Shanahan coming in for CBA with the long sticks.
The officials wasting no time putting the ball in play tonight.
I don't blame him. Saracen bounce pass behind, picked up by Kashani. Kashani trying to get near the crease, being denied by no. Out in front, picked up. Saracen trying to come back up with it, and they should settle down here. They lead 3-0. Kashani now off to Brad Morris. Brad Morris trying to dodge by him, takes the shot.
Nice left-handed shot by Morris.
Showing versatility and shooting with both arms as Brad comes back up with it. And another shot from outside, deflected. Paul Ryan had a shot deflected by Tim Phelps out in front. Oh, Adernado taking that pass and almost went in, especially with Paul Gamble all over him. Not a wise pass by the defender, going back to the goalie. And under that situation, Adernado now slowly will walk it up. No one pressuring him, looking to get somebody open as CBA makes a change. Tom Daly coming onto the field. Now passes upfield, but he loses it. Sosha now coming back up with it. Looked like he stepped on the end line, and it'll go back to Cortland.
That's what they're calling.
So the Purple Tigers getting the breaks early on with the 3-0 lead.
CBA of Syracuse making quite a few substitutions. Even more so than Cortland.
Not a good pass behind Galuzza. Almost intercepted again by Joe Galuzza on the other end. Looks like Spiegel trying to come up with it. Galuzza comes up with it, flips it across midfield. Saracen racing after it. Well, that's going to be a push on Saracen. From the side, knocking over Tony Silvaguillo. A lot of physical play here in the first half.
Here's a look at assistant coach John Spallone.
Coach junior varsity for a number of years, now being moved up to help with the varsity.
I'm not sure, Dan. Is he working more with the defensemen?
I'm not positive on that, or really don't know.
A man who knows his lacrosse, nonetheless. A long pass.
Almost knocked away. had to come back up with it. Adornato now back in goal.
Brothers extremely patient on their clearing.
Yep. And when we do say that, I believe we do have two brothers out there. Joe Adornato took the pass from Mike Adornato, who is the goalie. And timeout has been called. When we go through that, I believe, I'm not sure if they actually are brothers. I would have to assume so.
I've got to believe they are.
It's a little bit of a pun there. Unknowingly, I just noticed that myself. I looked at the roster. That was it was a rough day for CBA coming up here, as it was for us actually trying to find a roster for CBA. Unfortunately, at the last second we had to come up with these players, and that's why we don't know who's who out there for the yellow.
No particular order here either.
No, unfortunately. But I have to commend you, Jay. You handled the coach quite well. Is that who you got it from, the coach?
I got it from the scorebook lady.
Oh, okay. All right.
I go with a female when possible.
Oh, good. That's good.
5:24 remains in the first half of play.
Oh, my. Okay, timeout over.
Another look at Coach King, also the football mentor.
Cortland really was turning things around earlier, but they took a tough loss against Nottingham, a game which they probably should have won, and then they were romped in Fulton. It was sort of a revenge game for Fulton. Cortland having beaten Fulton in double overtime, believe it or not, just a couple weeks back. CBA Dalton all over Burns. Burns just can't get by him. Dalton is playing a tremendous first half.
Burns is a converted goalie, to my knowledge. He's got 30 saves credited to his name.
I believe Chris Burdick was just the opposite. If I remember correctly, in junior varsity, I think it was in junior varsity, he played either midfield or attack, I'm not sure.
I think you're right.
Trying to make the move by him, Patriarcho knocked it away.
Mike coming up with a big play.
Yeah, it was a good defensive play. As it probably could have wound up with a shot. Oh, in front. Burns passing out in front.
That's a pass. The Christian Brothers Academy player did beat Burdick to the goal line. However, it was a pass, not a shot.
Yeah, it was almost a give-and-go goal right there. Jim Burns trying to go to Paul Demora. Had the defense burned, but the pass just a little bit off. Demora a little bit too quick, trying to get the shot off, and it didn't work. Now pass way downfield. And I think there was confusion there between Robbins and Galutz on who was going to take it, and the ball bounced out of bounds.
And it went off a foot, I believe.
And the Christian Brothers will bring it in with 4:09 remaining in the first half. I think for their moral sake, they should at least get 1 or 2 goals before here, because they're going to have to feel really awful about things. They had a rough enough time getting here. They should at least get in the scoreboard before halftime.
On the other hand, Cortland's got to be happy with their defensive play this first half.
Oh, the defensive play has been absolutely magnificent. But right now, Burns going through people, yeah. But couldn't get by everyone. And CBA forced to set up again. Making the move, Donnelly, and coming up with it is Guido, who passes downfield. Loose ball. Saracen will come up with it. He circles back and now passes it across nicely to Paul Ryan. Ryan now to Saracen, takes the shot, score!
Saracen with a nice shot. And you know, he made that play from the beginning of the midfield line.
He certainly did.
When he came up with that loose ground ball, that's something a lot of teams don't work on. I know Coach Don King has a drill where the loose ball over the midfield line is worked on, and Saracen came up with it, went back on the other side of the midfield line as another midi crossed to prevent the offsides, came down, got a nice pass, and
ground balls play such a pivotal role in a lacrosse game. probably the best in college would probably have to be Hobart State on ground balls, and their record speaks for themselves if you know anything about college lacrosse.
A critical part of the game, ground balls.
And Cortland has done quite well with them tonight. And one of the major factors all year long on ground ball situations has been Dave Robbins. He's been getting plenty of praise that comes along with his the tenacious play that he goes with. Now coming down, CBA Sean Murphy passing off. They just can't get any shots out in front of the crease. And so they're going to be another loose ball situation. This time they come up with it. And another good defensive play. Bodies flying everywhere down there. Now behind the goal, I believe that is Moran. Yeah, Moran circling the crease, takes a shot. Deflected, loose ball. Trying to come up with it. And it's going to be a push. And it's going to be CBA ball. Cortland on top, 4-0. 2 minutes, 34 seconds remaining. First half, CBA trying to draw blood here.
Burdick came way out on that last play, even beyond the crease line. Cut down the angle. Did a fine job.
Yes, he did. That can be very risky, though, if you don't know what you're doing. But obviously he does.
He's getting some help from his defenseman, too. I saw somebody slip in behind him.
This is Paul Demora now behind the goal. Flag on the play is going to be a power play coming up. Another extra man situation. Now straddling the goal line, making a nice move, Sosha, but then has it slapped away.
Ball's down.
Should be a whistle. No, I guess Cortland didn't have possession. Still trying to come up with it down on the crease. Mike Musi trying to come up with it. And I believe he got control, and that will
get a
bring the advent of the penalty.
Brief clarification on that rule. Now in college lacrosse, as soon as the ball goes on the ground, the whistles blow and the man-up situation starts. I think last year they came up with the high school rule, enacted it that possession must be gotten by the defensive team for the whistle to blow, or the ball has to go out of the offensive box.
Okay, extra man situation for CBA. They really should capitalize if they want to get back into this ball game, and that is not the way to do it. Moran threw it away. And it's going to be a push from behind. Or will it? No, it looks like he just tripped on his own.
I think he was making a diving effort.
Oh, okay.
That's 14, De Moran.
And Cortland will run out the penalty then.
Paul Gamble serving the 30 seconds for Cortland.
They give it back to Chris Burdick. And with 1:35 remaining, Cortland not taking any dumb chances. They'll take their time. Pat Dalton.
Gamble's on, and the passes to him. Heads-up play by Dalton.
And here comes Paul Gamble in the unsettled situation. Chris Kashani across field. And it will go out of bounds. Just barely. Darren Snyder almost picking it up and probably would have had an open shot. Good attempt there by the Purple Tigers. Coming out of the penalty box.
It's a good way to clear the ball. A lot of times the defensive team just plain forgets about the man coming out of the box.
Well, you knew Cortland was thinking about that. They waited right till Gamble got onto the field.
He was about 2 steps onto the field.
Time winding down, getting close to the 1 minute mark. First half of play, 4-0. Cortland on top of Christian Brothers Academy. Adornado bringing it up slowly. Now, Hail Mary pass downfield.
Burdick thought twice about going after that one.
I guess so. That's a good thing he did think twice on that. Mike Moran now passing it off. Looks like Burns moving. Score! Boy, Burns went through the entire Cortland team to get that shot off. For a second, I thought he had lost it. Managed to stick with it somehow, pumped it in. CBA has his first goal of the ball game with only 36 seconds remaining before the half.
Well, I thought we were going to see a first half shutout by the Cortland defense. Burns had other ideas.
And they'll go back to face-off with 36 seconds. Big face-off coming up. If CBA can come up with it and get another quick goal, this is anybody's ball game as we go into halftime.
It's Robbins racing in.
Loose ball again. Looks like Burns going after it once more. And now coming up, Brad Morris with 23 seconds. And counting, gets it across. Dave Robbins, Cortland maybe looking for one last shot. Here comes Joe Galuzza. Looks like somebody offsides maybe. No, timeout called.
Cortland.
Okay, good timeout. 14 seconds remaining. Maybe set up one last shot before half. Or if not, I believe they can hold on to it and get the ball after the half.
That's in a penalty situation.
Oh, is that? Okay.
If they were man up, they could do that.
All
if they had put the ball in the stick in the box. So they'll probably try to get one off, at least.
Yeah, I think they have time for one good shot or possibly two quick ones.
I spoke before of the race to the goal line after a shot that time happened to be a pass. Another clarification of the rules: after a shot, whoever is closest to the ball at the point it goes out will have possession.
Okay.
I think you know that, but for some viewers home, and that's a confusing rule too. Some people think it's who's ever at the goal line. It's at the point where the ball goes out, and I've seen some players who did not know the rule run into some problems. The Christian Brother Academy coach, Dick Pepper, shown there.
It looks like another timeout was called.
Having a tough year with his troops.
Well, we have this point. Once again, we are seeing the number 1 and number 2 goalie facing off against each other tonight, going head-to-head. As Cortland takes on CBA Burdick number 1, Adernano number 2, playing in the CBA goal. And it took 19 minutes and 24 seconds before anyone could beat Burdick. And so far, he's winning the battle. But Adernano has been impressive, though.
And Burdick probably more so. Speaking of goalies, we can't go tonight without recognizing Richie Barnes, Cortland High graduate, over at Herkimer Community College this year. Had himself a nice season. Old snack bar, dropped a few pounds.
Now they made
national champions. They're runners-up to Nassau Community College.
Nassau, no one ever beats Nassau. They're kind of like the Hobart of
that's right.
Junior college. Nassau pretty much has the market in junior college lacrosse. So I imagine their semifinal was their own championship, really.
Another Cortland High grad, Pat Gannon, was over there coaching over at Herkimer. Yeah, Nassau is awful tough. I know they've scrimmaged some Division I teams. They don't get back to play here.
Losing the ball now. Doesn't look like they're going to get that last shot. And CBA will clear. Now going cross field, they're not going to get a shot either. And the half will run out. And people flying all over the place, fitting into a very physical first half, if I may say so indeed. 4-1, Cortland holding CBA scoreless for 19 minutes and 24 seconds. Finally, CBA getting on the scoreboard. Tough to say if any team is leaving this half with momentum or not, but CBA was really rusty for a long time in that half. I think if it hadn't been for that trip, possibly this would be 4-1 and be a little bit closer at this point.
It'd be a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah, I'd
Cortland
say
going out and very early going 2-0.
So I guess we're going to leave for the half and come back for the second half. And until then, we'll leave you with the score: Cortland 4, CBA 1. Face off. Cortland will come up with it. Paul Ryan winning the face-off, taking it himself. Gives it off to Dave Robbins, number 1. Attack man for Cortland High School. Gives it off to Kashani. Now behind Mark Saracine. Saracine trying to move towards the crease. Gets it out to Gamble. Gamble dangerous out there. Saracine now crossed. Good
Long
pass,
pass.
yeah. To Paul Ryan. Found him way out there. Paul Gamble coming back around the other side. Controlling now. Back off to Dave Robbins. Cortland quickly assuming control here. Saracine winds up and then passes off to Kashani. Kashani leading the team in scores. Shoots, saved by Adornano. Nice save, 1-on-1. But knocked away, and here comes Paul Ryan. Shot, score!
The Twin 8, Paul Ryan.
Simply an errant pass by CBA set up that goal. Paul Ryan headed all the way. Took the shot. And just like that, it's 5-1. So that's one that can really deflate your sails really quickly.
Well, we saw Cortland dominating in the first couple minutes of the first half. And I used dominating loosely. Quick goal here in the second half.
Mike Machad coming away with the quickly for CBA. Ball is lost, however, and Cortland will attempt to clear now. Lead pass. Coming up with this, Saracine crosses midfield. Yep. Controlling the ball quite well. Now gives it off to Paul Ryan, just coming off a quick goal. And now out in front, Brad Morris loses it. Out of the goal. Oh, it almost went in. Adornado, nowhere to be found. The ball on the end line rolls out. Ooh, some choice words between Gamble and...
That's Mark White.
Yeah, Mark White. Once again, physical play carrying over from the first half. By the way, these teams, since it was such a late start, you can't say that they got soft by halftime. Only a 5-minute intermission. Quickly coming back. Once again, not too much time to get any rest in either. Cortland will set up. Saracine behind the goal.
The intermission time usually agreed upon before the game by the two head coaches. Tonight, I guess they chose to have a very short one.
Gamble trying to come up with it. And it goes outside. It will go over to CBA.
Gamble getting bounced around a little out there after he had a few words with White.
Robbins took a swing at somebody, I think.
Retaliatory or...
Looks like Robbins had a little bit of a differing opinion with Mike Shanahan, I think.
Cortland does not need to do that at this point, up by 4 goals, 5-1.
I don't want to make any mistakes now.
Cortland looking for their 5th win of the season against 9 losses. And this will be a league win for them, a league game.
Yeah, it could bring them up to 3-4 and set up a very big game with Janesville DeWitt. Janesville DeWitt outclassed Cortland up in Syracuse 16-6 earlier on. Cortland will definitely be looking for revenge. They're a much better team now. Slapped away. Here comes, and with nobody there, Adornado getting back to save it. And a push from behind. And that's going to turn it over. Cortland will get the ball back. Saracine. It was a race to the goal between Adornado and Saracine, who took the shot. Adornado intercepted.
If anything, I think Mark waited a hair too long to take that shot.
I thought he should have gone to the ground on a shot like that. I don't think Adornado could have twisted himself around and, yeah.
Or shot it just a little sooner.
But it's tough to say. I mean, you're out there and you got to come up with things right at the spur of the moment.
It's easy to say.
Yeah, it's easy to say from up here, definitely.
Cortland, man up.
Oh, knockout in front. And coming right back with another good hit was Saracine, who was suddenly all over the field. Al Riccatelli, it looked like he was hit from behind. Riccatelli made a couple good moves earlier.
Loose ball push. That's a possession-type penalty. So Cortland will have the ball in their sticks.
Mark Saracine will set up. Gives it off to Paul Ryan. He goes up top. Dave Robbins. Robbins down to Kashani. Kashani spins, shoots. A little bit off. It'll be Cortland ball. Boy, Kashani is dangerous from all points of the field.
Fundamentally very sound. Keeps the stick right in the box, as the coach would refer to it, right up next to his head.
Coming into the game with 18 goals, 10 assists, 28 total points, leading the team in both goals and assists.
Not something you see often. Most of the time it's lopsided one way or the other for the leading scorer.
Yep.
We have a stoppage of play right now. I'm not sure what the problem is. They might, well, it's Kashani's doing such a good job down there. I think they have a stick in the hand looking for the, see if it's illegal or not.
Ooh.
If any part.
Maybe too much pine tar? Pine tar, no.
I think that might be the case.
That could be it, yeah. I don't know, maybe possibly lost the butt off the stick. That could happen.
They're checking the depth of the pocket.
Oh, okay.
And that's a 3-minute non-releasable penalty. CBA jumping up and down.
Now what is it? The ball has to fit in, or
the rule is that if the ball cannot be seen, if you hold the stick up horizontal at eye level, if the ball can still be seen, then the stick is all right. If you see daylight between the plastic and the ball, then it's a 3-minute non-releasable penalty.
Wow. Okay, big opportunity for CBA. They could pump in a couple of shots, get right back into this ball game. Plenty of time to 6 minutes and 58 seconds, and we're only in the third quarter. Right. CBA get right back into it. That's a big penalty. And
what's more, for the player who has a stick, or at least for Cortland High School, I think Don King takes him and puts him in his trash compactor at home.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's got the stick in his hand right now.
The sticker, the player. Well, Al's not too happy about it. I can tell that. But
looks like he might return it right now.
He didn't mean it, but Coach King is going to probably set him up with another stick. Get him back out there eventually.
Burdick way out of the goal. Quick pass in.
Oh, knocked away by, was that Guido? Made a great play out there. May have saved a goal. Now coming back really quickly, Demora. And he passes behind the goal again. Moran around the crease. Trying to get off. Oh, no, that's a Sally shot, if you ask me, by Demora. And now, oh, here comes Adornato, who just burned everybody. Is he going to take it all the way?
He might. And they're offsides.
Yeah. Shoots it on
Burdick's going to do the same thing.
Here comes
Chris.
Chris.
Run a little relay here, goalie relay race.
I think he's showing him up.
Offsides called. Cortland will have possession. Getting back to that illegal stick, Coach Don King was checking the length of the stick. I don't know if that was a problem. The minimum length of a stick is 40 inches in high school lacrosse. He held it up to another stick.
Strange turn of events here in the last couple minutes, I'd say.
And timeout's called.
Good. Gives us a chance to catch up on things. I can't believe the goalie tried to take it all the way. Oh well, somebody made a mistake. And that costed them. They had a fast break on the other end, possibly.
Somebody didn't get over on the other side of the line.
Adornato did make a good move, though, getting through the...
We spoke of speed before with Socio, and goalie Adornato showed a little speed there, too.
Yeah,
in fact,
he did,
he went over the midfield line too quickly. Apparently, nobody had a chance to get back.
Yep.
And he took a half-decent shot on Burdick, too.
He certainly did. And I think he was letting up on the shot, too, considering that the whistle had blown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're still at the timeout. Once again, 6:19 remaining, third quarter. 3-minute non-releasable penalty on Al Riccatelli. Still in effect, and will be for at least another 2 minutes, I believe. 2.5 minutes. Once again, CBA was offsides, and they are not capitalizing on a very big opportunity. They could pump in as many goals as possible before that penalty is up.
There's a scoring by period. Cortland 2 goals against none in the first quarter.
I think we have a mistake there. They only had 3 in the second quarter. It's
Right.
5-1 at this point, this juncture. A whistle as Brad Morris is coming across.
Got a push, I do believe.
Well, I think everyone's confused right now. And it'll be Cortland ball. And it looks like a break for Cortland. CBA is not playing this penalty very wisely, are they?
That's going to even things up for Cortland. Unless, of course, they call the... the guy's coming off the field right now. There's 17.
Wait, but Shanahan's coming on for him. Yep, okay.
Flag's down.
The referee finally caught it and threw the flag.
That's some easy math there. One comes off, one comes on. You still have too many.
I guess so. I don't know what Shanahan was trying to pull, but he scared the heck out of the Cortland player when he came out of nowhere. And referee dangerously dropping the flag. Probably laughing to himself. That's about the easiest call he'll ever make.
Mistake there by Gashani coming out of the box. He wasn't aware of the fact the flag was down. That's the responsibility of the bench to let him know flag is down.
Here's Brad Morris now passing off to Saracen. Big opportunity for Cortland, who for a while was a man down. Now they're a man up. Shot point blank, saved by his knee. Oh, right, rebound went bounce over the top of the goal. Saracen almost put it in. Adernado's knees must be stinging right now, that's for sure. Kashani outside. Here's Gamble with wide open. Shot just off. Cortland will get the ball back.
Cortland will retain possession. The first penalty expired for CBA, so we're all even again. Both teams one man down.
Some very tense moments there for the CBA team. 3 times the ball almost pumped in. Second time, Saracen's shot bounced right over the top, just barely.
Yes.
He had the right idea, there's no doubt about that. Here comes Saracen again. Now off to Paul Ryan, passes across field, not a good pass, over the top. Over Brad Morris's head, goes out of bounds. CBA can clear.
What's going to happen now, since CBA's penalty is releasable, if they should get the ball into Cortland's offensive box, their penalty will release, and that'll bring them in a man-up situation.
And I believe they still have another minute and a half or so remaining in that penalty. And another timeout. We've seen a number of those lately.
Well, it's a rather unusual situation we're seeing here. Non-releasable penalties bring up that type of situation. Usually after a goal, the penalty is released, or, as I spoke of just a moment ago, if the team who is being penalized gets their ball in the offensive zone, then the penalty releases. Non-releasable, that doesn't happen.
Okay, we have 5:28 remaining in this third quarter of play. 15-28 all total. And CBA has to take advantage of this penalty. Down 5-1. This is a big opportunity for them. Once again, as we outlined earlier, they've only scored 17 goals on the year coming into this ball game, and well, you're not going to win too many ball games if you're doing that.
Taking a look at the goals for and goal against for Cortland, the Purple Tigers have scored 36 goals, have had 51 scored upon them. CBA, as Dan just mentioned, 17-4, 66 goals against.
These are, of course, within league play. But still, not too impressive. 17 in only 6 games. That's less than 3 goals a game, yeah.
You're not going to win too many ball games.
You're not going to win too many at all. Surprisingly, they do have
baseball.
1, yeah. Yeah, or
3
soccer, I think. You might win a couple in soccer. Yeah. Okay. It's like a problem over on the sideline. Confusion on the Cortland bench, I'm not sure.
Robbins is serving the penalty.
CBA trying to take advantage now. 5:08 remaining, third quarter of play. Moran now, passing off. Now Burns. Burns shoots off the pipe. Wow. Break there for Cortland. Beat the goalie. Hit the pipe, though. Tough break for CBA.
Loose ball push on the brothers, which is unusual. Usually when the ball is down in front of the crease, the defensive team is taught to push them out of there, get the loose ball penalty, only possession.
Cortland clearing now. It'll be picked up by Adornado. Makes a nice move, getting it away. Good pass to his, who we'd have to assume is his brother, Joe Adornado. Now coming across with a long stick. Nice pass to Moran. Sets up, trying to write off a couple defenders.
Dalton again with another big ground ball and a nice pass.
Oh, he's played a heck of a ball game. Now Chris Kashani coming back, losing it after being poked from behind.
I'll tell you, if Dalton continues to play like this, he's going to be playing midfield pretty soon.
I think so.
He's got a good stick.
Chris Kashani managing to hang on to it till he finally goes down. In the midst of 3 defenders, he was triple teamed there. Ball will go out of bounds. Cortland will get possession.
About 14 more seconds on that.
4:04. Penalty almost up. And Cortland will clear. So it looks like they're gonna get away without giving up a goal within that penalty.
Well, let's hope so. They're gonna wait till the penalty expires. Play a little cat and mouse here with the.
Yeah, they might try to do the same thing like they did with Gamble earlier.
Verdict outruns the both of them.
Yep. Okay, we are at even strength now, full strength for both teams. And here comes Brad Morris. Now starting bringing back up front to set up. And what we have, offsides?
I'm not sure how they can call that.
I'm not sure. What was that?
Burdick is down on one knee.
Uh-oh.
He's up now. He looks like he's hurt, and I think he may have taken a stick after he released the ball into the chest. He's got his hand up.
Okay, CBA will clear then. Burns now gets it off. Controlling it. Tony Silvaggio gives it back to the goalie.
Dan, taking a look at the roster, we only have the single goalie, Burdick, on the roster.
Yeah, he's the only...
He's hurt a little bit. I don't know in the event that he is hurt.
I'm not sure who they would go to. They might have someone to bring up from junior varsity, but I don't see anyone suited up from junior varsity out there. Ball thrown away. Burdick out there, and it'll be Cortland ball.
I think Burdick's all right. He was running quite well right there.
Yeah, I think he just had to run it off. So just under 3 minutes to play. 5-1. Cortland High on top in the third quarter. Clearing across midfield. I believe that's Joe Galuzza. Passing it off.
Paul Ryan doing a little song and dance, trying to stay on sides. There he goes over.
Not sure if we picked that up on your TV screens at home. Paul Gamble now making the move towards the goal. Passes off to Paul Ryan. Picks up the ground ball. Throws it away to Morris. Shoots from way outside. And Cortland will maintain possession.
Playing on a very fast track here tonight, and I think that ball's still rolling. I got the grass trimmed down.
Well, Shanahan and Dady will check back into the ball game. Long stick defenders for CBA.
CBA with the 5 long sticks now, defensively.
Kashani making the move towards the goal, heading for the crease. And they've been double teaming him and triple teaming him all night long.
The goalie's down and way out.
Kashani, oh boy, they can just find somebody out there. So race back to the goal and knocked down in front. Good break there for Joe Adornado, by the way, did it. Now it's knocked down by Gamble. Oh, CBA just took themselves out. Oh no. Oh boy, someone hit Robbins. That's it. And here comes everybody trying to break things up. Someone nailed Robbins in the face with a
I think you were
stick.
correct in saying that somebody nailed Robbins, and he was not the aggressor.
No, someone slashed him in the face, and he went after somebody. But he actually went after the whole team, and it took the whole Cortland team to hold him back, I think. Well, he's visibly upset, not going to understand why. Dalton over there walking with him on the sidelines. There's Coach Don King.
Look at that. Robin, get out the field.
Something almost started on the CBA sidelines as Robbins was walking by. Coach King trying to get him off the field. So pure mayhem breaking up with 1:39 remaining in the third quarter. Very physical ball game. Things like this are bound to happen. And Dave's just talking with players on the sideline. It'll take him a while to cool down. I'm sure he'll get back in the game eventually.
Might want to try to defend Dave a little bit. He did take a
He took a bad slash.
A bad slash, and a punch was thrown at him. He did not punch anybody.
I think Cortland called the timeout, I'd have to assume. And maybe, I'm not sure. Well, it's a good timeout no matter what for both teams. They gotta calm things down.
Cortland up 5-1. Third quarter of play.
Yeah, Burdick is playing marvelous in goal, and once again, the play of Pat Dalton on defense has been great. Jeff Guido made a really nice knockdown in front of the goal. Could have been a CBA point, but I believe that was a quarterback. I'm not sure.
Well, you just saw number 1, Dave Robbins, walk through your picture. He's headed towards the locker room.
Yeah, he's heading back.
I don't know if that's the word from Coach King to go to the locker room or the word from the official. Don't like to see that type of thing.
Nope.
Anywhere.
Dave's an aggressive player, and aggressive players generally have short fuses, and when something happens like that on the field, hard to hold them back. And something apparently did break out.
You almost could have predicted something like that was going to happen.
Yeah. Coach King doesn't want to see anything break out, so wisely calming things down. And with 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's 5-1 Purple Tigers.
I think Coach Don King's just telling his players to settle down, play lacrosse.
Just play lacrosse, yep.
Not worry about them. You never really want to say Cortland's got this game in the bag because there's still 11 minutes and 39 seconds to go. But with a team like CBA who's not scoring a lot of goals,
and especially
Cortland,
with Burdick in goal, and Dalton playing the way he is,
Cortland can't afford to do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Because that's probably the only way they're going to lose if they do something very stupid. And Coach King has the knowledge to call a timeout, tell his troops to settle down.
We'll see how how both teams adjust after that particular incident. CBA in control right now. This is Burns up top. Gives it off to Demora. Demora back to Burns. Now Burns coming, shoots. They'll get Moran beating I believe, was it Dalton to the ball? Yep. And it'll be CBA ball behind. Burns turning, lost the ball. Picks it back up, defended by Joe Galuta. Gives off to Moran.
Both teams playing with 5 players on that end of the field. Unless, of course, you want to count goalie Burdick. Both teams 1 man down. Spiegel called for something, number 23.
Yep.
The junior.
And he's upset.
Long stick D.
He just threw the stick.
And he's headed to the locker room
he's
too.
Going to. Yep.
No reason for that.
He's really upset. Well, I tell you, this is a bad night of lacrosse for Cortland High. Bad third quarter, anyway. So Cortland losing two of their better players in Dave Robbins and Bruce Spiegel.
The word is sparse for Cortland High bench. They only have 8 substitutes.
Yeah, they have a very small team.
If you're running 3 midfielders.
And with 3 people hurt on the team, you're in trouble.
Yeah. You take that number 8, you're running 3 midfields. You're down to 2 actual subs.
Long pass downfield. Galuzza trying to come up with it somehow. Knocked back into play. Picked up. Unsettled situation. Big break here for CBA if they can get a shot off. Apparently they will not. And here's Burns.
It's 4 on 6 at that end.
Now passing off to Demora. 20 seconds now remaining. Third quarter. Now pass out in front. Coming up with it behind the goal, Demora. A pass. Burns shoots. And with 9 seconds, they will get the ball back. Possibility for one last shot. Maybe another. Before the third quarter runs out.
Like we said before with that ruling, they may just keep the ball in their stick so they have a man-up situation at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yep,
That they
that's
do.
what they'll do, yep. Paul Demora running the ball out. And after 3 quarters of play, it's the Cortland High Purple Tigers 5, CBA 1. 1 quarter left to play. Hopefully we won't have any more altercations.
Renato playing a high-risk type of goalie tonight. He's been out of the cage very often.
Yeah, he almost
went down,
took it all the
a
way,
shot.
yeah.
He got caught outside the cage last time down for the Tigers.
That says a lot.
He's trying to make up for perhaps the slack given by his other defensemen down there.
Yep. CBA just hasn't been getting any real good shots off of on Chris Burdick, and those that they have gotten, Burdick has pretty much come up with the save. Except for very late in the second quarter, nothing for CBA.
We've seen 2 pipe shots, too.
Yeah, they just haven't gotten a break. If those pipe shots had gone in, we'd have a 2-goal ball game right now, and this could be a real thriller going down to the final wire.
It could be potentially a 1-goal game. Cortland got a, I hate to use the word, cheap goal.
Oh, that's true, yes. That strange goal.
I think strange is more appropriate.
Boy, what a break for them.
Now, if CBA would have had the same thing, that would have been a cheap one, right?
Yeah, that would have been the robbery of the century right there.
10 minutes show on the scoreboard clock.
No, we're not the least bit biased. we say it like it is, you know. And being that was a penalty, they will retain possession, CBA, wisely holding it. And with 10 minutes to play, they can get back into things, but they got to start working now. 5-1. Burns losing it. Gets it back off. This is Moran. Moran trying to work in. And knocked away Jeff Guido with a great defensive play. Now passing downfield. And it's going to be a race. Darren Snyder trying to get to it. And here comes Adornato again. High risk lacrosse. He's going to take it again. Will he? Okay, he passes it off this time.
Cortland got 1 defenseman back. They're now only 1 man down.
Jim Burns. Now passing off behind the goal to Demora. Demora riding off Dalton, now gets it stripped away.
Snydered into the hole. Cortland is all even now with CBA. 6 on 6.
Jim Tierney made a good defensive play, doubling on Demora with Pat Dalton, which broke that potential shot up. Oh, what a deck! That looked like Jim Tierney again. And here comes Chris Burdick passing downfield. Tried to get it to Galuzza. Loose ball, Kashani trying to come up with it. Now coming back down the other way. Jim Burns.
Burdick just now getting back into the cage. He was way out.
Jim Burns guarded by Galuzza. Burns still behind the crease. Rides, goes off. Galuzza shoots and scores. Burned Galuzza. Burdick had come out of the goal.
Didn't get a defensive slide on that.
Yep. And all that was left was number 56, Mike Patriarca, standing alone in the goal. And he managed to get it by him. CBA is on the scoreboard. It's a 3-goal game. 8 minutes, 8 seconds remaining. They get another quick one. They can get right back into it. But once again, the defense for Cortland, except for on that particular occasion, has been pretty steady all night long. Maybe those penalties are taking effect on Cortland mentally, but right now here comes Paul Ryan trying to get one back. Saracen, boy, he gave up a shot. Looked like he might have had an opening there. Slowing it up. Now overthrows Gamble. And CBA can clear now. Strange turn of events. It looks like CBA is starting to pick up a little bit of momentum. You can almost sense a little bit.
Well, if they pick up any more, I think it would be wise for Coach King to get a timeout. Lacrosse is such a game of momentum.
It certainly is.
More so than probably any other sport.
Adornato cross field. And has it knocked away again. Cortland, now Mark Saracen coming up with it. Passing it off to Kashani. I believe someone's offsides. No, timeout. Timeout was called, all right.
Timeout, Cortland.
So Cortland High School maybe sensing CBA is coming back a little bit. With 7:19 remaining, Coach King not taking any chances. His team up by 3 goals, 5-2. And with the advent of what happened in the third quarter, with losing Dave Robbins and Bruce Spiegel, two of the mainstays on this Cortland High team, maybe a timeout is a good move right now.
And we speak of momentum, we speak of lacrosse. A couple years back, they had the rule, I don't know if you can remember, where after a goal, the team scored upon would get possession. That took away from the momentum factor a little bit. They experimented with it for a single year, I think, and that was in the college ranks only, I believe. And then they did away with it. Anymore, you see some teams, they score in 2s and 3s and 4s within a short amount of time. So CHS now out of the woods with 7 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in this game.
I think on the high school level, if you want to talk about that, probably West Genesee. Probably score about 6 in a minute.
If they had to.
I think what they should do is send West Genesee up to the college level, probably. I'm sure they must be having a heck of a time. Loose ball picked up by Mark Saracen. Been all over loose balls tonight. He's off to Brad Morris, making the move towards the cage. Off to Kashani. Kashani driving. Shoots a little bit over the top. Paul Gamble right there. And Cortland will set up offense again behind the CBA goal. There's Kashani now. Driving around the crease, passing off to Gamble, has a shot, score!
That was a pretty play right there.
Nice play there. Beautiful pass from
Very
Kashani
impressed with that pass.
to Gamble. You could really, they work together so well on that particular play. Teamwork is a must in lacrosse, and really showed there. Cortland going up 6-2, and I don't know, CBA trying to come back. That might have deflated the sails a little bit.
That could have. Gamble picked that top left corner.
Cortland coming off the timeout really dominating. Took the ball down, took a shot, got it back, and on the next shot it went in. Looking for the loose ball. Coming up with it, Jim Burns. Burns now moving downfield with it.
Ryan going right through that pick.
Byrne is trying to beat Ryan. Can't get by Dalton though. Hit from behind though.
They're going to call a 30-second push on number 88, Paul Ryan. So the Christian Brothers Academy from Syracuse will specify, since there are a couple around the state, will be man up for 30 seconds.
Well, they definitely have to take advantage here with only 6:24 remaining. They trail by 4. Here's DeMora now. Way up top to Sosha. Now out front, save by Burdick. The shot by Charlie Machad. Gets it off to Pat Dalton. Now Pat Dalton gets it off to Burdick. And Chris nowhere near the goal. Boy, if they had lost the ball, it would have been serious trouble. Now off to Saracen. Saracen, lead pass to Gamble.
Gamble.
Oh, he lost the ball. Comes back up with it. Now it's loose again. Up in the air. No one coming down with that now. Gamble comes out of the pack with the ball and will settle.
Gamble's
Boy.
going to slow things down. He had a good opportunity there.
Yeah, he
Would have
did.
set up just about the same type of shot he had from that right pipe before.
Now
Got jammed though, a little inside.
he'll just sit there and wait as Paul Ryan comes.